everybody, how is it going? Thank you all for tuning in. No, I figured, you know what, I haven't done a lesson in a while and I'm really missing doing some more teaching videos, so we're gonna do a lesson today. I've got 5 simple riffs for you from 5 classic bands. You know, what's better than playing iconic riffs? It's so inspiring. If you're a beginner player or maybe intermediate, or if you've never learned these riffs before, it can just make you want to pick up the guitar. So if you'd like tabs for that little improv I played in the beginning, those are always available on Patreon, but the actual lesson, the riffs and all that stuff, those are available on my website for free, so make sure you snag those as well. Hit subscribe, and let's go ahead and get rocking out! So riff number 1, we have Custard Pie, which is a killer Led Zeppelin jam. Very easy, a nice little spin-off of a typical kind of blues riff, Jimmy doing his thizang. And slow it goes like this. You can either do like the kind of like a filled out G. I like to just get the 3rd fret on the lowest string and kind of shake it. So basically I'm just playing open A string, holding down 2nd fret on the D. And I do that 3 times. Then I go simply up to holding down 4 on the D, still playing that open D string 3 times, and I go to 5th fret on the D and do that one once. Da 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 da. Now I go back to an A5. So for the A5, I'm just playing the A string open, holding down 2nd fret on the D, and then I grab 3rd fret on the low E string. Like I said, I shake that, and then I go back to A5. So it's like. Get your Zeppelin on, come on! So, what do you do for your money, honey? And I love the intro to this one, and then that next riff is just so ACDC. So, the riff is this. Then the next little section goes like this. Oh, sorry. There we go. So basically what's happening here, the beginning is just a big old E5. I'm holding down open low E string, holding down open low E string. Ho! 2nd fret on the A and 2nd fret on the D. Now I do a G major chord. I'm doing the one where I'm getting the D note on the B string. I'm not 100% sure what one they do, but it's a G chord. So I do a G, then you do a D chord twice, then you go to an A, just go to A major. That's the intro part. Now the next part is the real groovy, that's my cell phone, the real groovy section that goes like this. And back to that. Start all the way up here with a big old E5 chord. I'm just going 7th fret on the A string, 9 on the D, and 9 on the G. Now I simply move down to a D5, same shape, just down 2 frets. So I'm at 5-7-7 now. Now this one's a little bit funkier. You're gonna simply go to 4 on the A, still holding down 7 on the D, and I like to use my ring finger, and I play 6 on the G. So I'm getting an octave of that 4. So I have. It just kind of fills it out a little bit more. Now this section here, it goes like this. Sorry. I'm doing that same G chord I did in the beginning. Now, I use my thumb here and I get the F sharp or the 2nd fret on the low E string, and then basically you just do a D major chord on the bottom part of it. So, F sharp in there. Very common ACDC kind of walk down. And then you go back to a D5, and then you start over again. So, and you go back to the D. So next, let's rock out to some Bryan Adams. We got It's Only Love. Such a killer, cool riff. Just a big open chord riff. You know, Keith Scott is a killer guitar player. I love his style of playing. Starts out with, I use a D sus2. He might do D major, but I think it's just a good old D sus2. Open D string, 2nd fret on the G, and then 3rd fret on the B. And then I add that open high E string, which is giving you your 2nd. Now you go to what is almost like a C add 9. It's not quite. I'm just holding down 3rd fret on the A string, basically muting the D, and then you have open G, and you're still holding down that 3rd fret on the B. So then we go to an A sus4, essentially, which is open A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, and then 3 on the B. So we have a B flat, A sharp, what do you want to call it? The power chord. Doing 1 on the A string, and 3 on the D, and 3 on the G. Now here's a little lick here, so if this gives you trouble, just kind of run through this section on its own. So you slide from 3 on the A up to 5 on the A. Then 3 on the D, back to 5. So after you do that little sliding section, now you go to an F power chord, just an F5. And the low E string, it's 1st fret low E, 3rd fret on the A. And there you have it. Hey! And I love that riff. Such a cool one from Keith. Good old Can't Get Enough. Such a epic kind of just 70s rock classic. Just a bunch of power chords, to be honest. We're up here on doing a C5, so I'm on 8th fret of the low E string, and then 10th fret of the A. Then you shift down to 6 on the low E, and then 8, so we're just simply going down to that A sharp, B flat. Play that one twice, so... Now we're going to shift up here to an F5, so we're going to go 8 on the A, and then 10 on the D. Let that one ring out, shake it a little bit if you want. Now you go back to that B flat, going up to the F again. So. Alright, and I thought I would send you home with some Van Halen. So Running with the Devil, one of Eddie's easier riffs to play, so always good when you can rock out some Van Halen. We're just rocking like this. Doing these kind of like little power chords that Eddie does a lot, and they're actually in Kiss songs, all kinds of stuff. So basically we're just holding down 5 on the D, G, and B, and I suddenly go from 5 to 7. And then here's add a little like scratch mute, a little left hand mute. Then you go to, so we're gonna play 7 again on the D, G, and B. Now here's a typical rock and roll move. We're gonna go to 9 on the D, still holding on 7 on the G. I'm still barring my finger, and then 8 on the B string. So, and you know, it's in all kinds of like shout out. It's in lots of riffs. Now we simply take this shape and move it up 2 frets to 11, 9, 10. So 11, 9, 10. Then you go to straight 9s, 9 on the D, G, and B. come on, get your ACDC, get your Van Halen on. Alrighty, that's it. So like I said, the thing that I played in the beginning, a little improvised thing, those are over on Patreon if you want to check that out. The actual riff tabs are over on my website. You guys got it all. So until next time, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all on the flippity flop later. Woo, it's a flippity flop high five. Can you dig it?